and pioneers. I'm here today to greet you in the morning from Canada. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. First, I would like to thank Pi Revolution Community Leader Mr. Woody, who presided over the conference. I would also like to thank all the eco-business guests who participated in the conference for the success of Pi. My today's meeting topic is why do Pi eco merchants need $314,159 to start bartering? Before I present my analysis, I introduce myself first. My name is Doris Yin, graduated from Canada Concordia University, bachelor's degree in accounting and minor finance. Also, I graduated from China Anhui University of Finance and Business, bachelor's degree in economics, who was United States Certified Public Accountant before, and now I'm United States Internal Revenue Service Authorized Tax Resolution Specialist, enrolled agent, work remotely for a U.S. debt company, for a tax debt firm. I lived in United States, California, 11 years, and I lived in Canada, Quebec, and Ontario, totally 11 years. I started mining Pi from October 2019, and now almost 1,000 days. Today, I'm thrilled that you can take the time out of your busy schedule to meet again at the space meeting to discuss the price of eco barter. This is a question that all pioneers, merchants, and core team are very concerned about at present. First, because it determines whether the project is successful. Second, it is related to whether the fate of tens of millions of pioneers for 3 years can finally be realized, and then achieve wealth freedom. And third, it is related to whether the merchant can accept this price and how much profit space can be generated at the same time. And it also determines how many business can be attracted in the future and whether Pi can be realized as global trade settlement currency. Today, we have cordially invited 11 merchants from China, Nigeria, United States, Philippines to share why they're willing to come to the Pi Network ecosystem to empower them, why they're willing to accept the price of $314,159. They come from different countries in different industries. We will introduce them soon, and we will listen why they're willing to accept this very high price. At present, the global economic situation is not optimistic, and all countries in the world are in a stagflation. In economics, stagflation or recession inflation is when the inflation rate is high, the economic growth rate slows, and unemployment remains steadily high. It presents economic policy dilemmas since actions intended to lower inflation may exacerbate unemployment. Everyone knows that since the outbreak of COVID-19 epidemic began in early 2020, the United States and Canada have been issuing economic impact payment for more than a year, resulting in more and more paper money in the market. At the same time, there is insufficient supply of materials. In the face of soaring prices, the United States Federal Reserve must raise interest rate to control price. And this will undoubtedly increase the operating and borrowing costs of business owners, resulting in a large-scale layoffs for business owners. For example, Tesla has 100,000 employees and laid off 10,000 of its senior employees, which many people cannot afford the mortgages, can only let the bank foreclose the house to sell at low price. Since March this year, the United States and Canada have experienced a drop of real estate sales and prices. The supply of building materials and wood have shrunk significantly. The same is the cars sales have also been seriously affected. The backlog of these high prices of product is big, with the outbreak of the Russian-Ukrainian war, resulting in energy shortage in European countries. Russia and Ukraine are the main exporters of many basic raw materials worldwide. As a result, many people cannot afford the daily living expense. In this economic situation, business and service industries are struggling for sale because material price increase, the cost increase, but increasing of employment make people cannot afford to buy. So if eco-merchants join in Pi network to participate in barter, it can obviously solve the crisis of this weak market, and real estate, cars, commodities, daily necessities, tourism, and hotel service industries will be driven. As accountant, I know that customers do not pay immediately. They will need 15 days to 1 month to pay. If you ask immediately payment in cash, you normally have to give a discount, and if some companies do not pay for after 3 months when they are due, they have to find a collection company or a collector to ask for payment. This will increase the cost of doing business, and the vendors will take 10 to 20% of the revenue as announced for doubtful account, because this bad debt loss often occurs. So the company has to write off the bad debt reserve. So if vendors use Pi as payment, it will make the flow of funds smooth. The cost is reduced by at least 30% if it is also international trade settlement, which can save at least 10 to 15% of the bank service fees. And the payment will be in second to another account. That is to say, it not only brings more high-quality consumer groups with purchasing power, but also does not require advertising costs, and can save at least 20 to 30% of operating expenses. Isn't this a good thing that our business want? Especially in the current economic situation, the economics of various countries are sluggish, and Pi is undoubtedly a timely run. Above, I analyze in detail the merchant acceptance Pi as payment will bring unexpected cost reduction and increase sales to get more profit solutions. But what exactly price is the most beneficial to merchants? I think there is the question that all pioneers and merchants are very concerned about. Probably you will ask, $314,159 is ridiculous. So let's analyze from both macro and micro
谢谢大家的支持哈，这么晚了大家还在看哈，我们刚刚才结束。会议我觉得还是非常成功的，有很多也很开心。
This is critical. If merchants chase short-term profit, they probably wish the price to be low, so that they can get more Pi and sell when it is on exchange market. However, I don't think this planning can work well. Why? Because that means the enclosed network economy is not on maturity as per white paper. So you are a merchant probably will hold the Pi long time, and you cannot sell on exchange market. This is a big risk for you as a merchant. Think about it. Yes, even the bartering price is 1,000 or 6,700, it still has the possibility to be hiked. We don't need a second Bitcoin. The point of Pi is not to be hiked in exchange market. So from my understanding, the design of Pi network closed mainnet is to prevent second Bitcoins happen, which means you as merchant can hold a lot of Pi but cannot exchange to fiat currency as you expected. But if the price is 314,159, that means your hand of Pi can be exchanged to fiat currency very soon if you need cash it. And the time period will only same as your account receivable, maximum 3 months. So it is necessary to think about price from a long-term perspective and height. Then you need to understand the mission and vision of Pi. Pi will be a currency for and by the people. The world's most inclusive peer-to-peer marketplace is built by Pi, the world's most widely used cryptocurrency. The future of Pi is to assume the responsibility of the world's circulating currency, especially the need to achieve peer-to-peer transactions, including daily, life, and international trade settlement. According to the data of the Bank for International Settlement a few days ago, the average daily trading volume of the international foreign exchange market is 6 to 11 trillion US dollars. If it is calculated according to 1,000 US dollars per Pi, it needs 6 to 11 billion Pi. If it takes 10,000 US dollars price, it needs 60 million to 110 million Pi. If it is 340,159 US dollars, it needs 98,000 dollars, 609 to 35,014,170 Pi. Therefore, the starting barter price of Pi needs to be raised by at least 314,159 US dollars. I know there have some transactions will be multiple counted if the same funds has been transferred many times in one day, but even 30 to 50% discount of the volume still need 10 million Pi one day to circulate when the price is 314,159. So maybe you have the question, can Pi be the world's circulating currency? Whether it can be a world currency in circulation as stated in the project white paper. My analysis is as follows. First, general acceptance must be accepted by many people. Second, the value base of credit basis. Everyone knows that Pi itself has very high value. This value comes from Web 3.0. Third, stability. We have the first two quantified already. Now, today, the reason we are high is to make sure it is a stable currency. So how to make the Pi stable? If the price is now 100, 1,000, 10,000 will be stable, since Pi will eventually have to remove the firewall and be listed on exchange. Will 100, 1,000 or 10,000 attract capital to hype? You see, the Bitcoin is a good example, and 60,000 US dollars was also bought at Pi. So does Pi need a price higher than the top of Bitcoins to be safe? If it is lower than Bitcoin, the consequence is, first, Pi cannot do foreign exchange transaction, and the second is that there is instability in it. So how to avoid it? My answer is all merchants support 340,159 price power and energy and infinite life, or can avoid it happen. Why we choose these Pi members? Because this number represents universe power and energy and infinite life. We can find 14 like these numbers, right? The source code is this number. So for this number, either 31,415 or 3,141,592. We agree 6 digits, that is 340,159, is more reflect Pi current value. It brings prosperity and peace. The high or low price of Pi will not have impact on the total income for merchants. Only the number of coins passed through the hands of the merchants differ. Furthermore, because the starting point of the high coin price rise steadily, in addition to earning the profit of the difference in the price, it also earns the profit of the appreciation of the currency. This appreciation is consistent and stable, so it's good for long-time investment. As per the above analysis, I think that all merchants and pioneers will definitely agree with this price. At this point, I would like to say that the project aside, the merchant and the pioneer and ecology are the most perfect three win-win relationship. Lao Tzu Dao De Jing once said, Dao born one, one born two, two born three, three born all the universe things. It can be used to describe Pi Network. The emergence of the Pi Network when our pioneers every day unite to get precious Pi coins. Precious coins, Pi coins in the Pi Network attract merchants to settle in and form a great Pi empire. This empire has citizens are our pioneers miners. There are various government agencies and companies merchants. Everyone is using this Pi coin. So the Pi empire will transcend the country, beyond the race, beyond the language, beyond religion, beyond the gap between rich and poor. That is, the super sovereign currency will come out to the world. It will make the world as one. There will be no wars, no financial crisis. The current international political and economic situation is not optimistic. Especially now, there is a very similar period of stagnation in 1970s for 12 years in the United States. The only solution here is to drive economic growth through Pi Network, thereby reducing unemployment, digesting the large number of dollars printed in the market. Dr. Nicholas said, every pioneer will achieve a great achievement. The future of Pi coin is very scarce and precious. Is this an ideal world, what we are dream of? Now we are so lucky that we know it will realize because of the Pi. But we need all pioneers and the merchants work together, united together to reach this goal. Pi is a fight, and consensus price is no weapon. That all our merchants and pioneers all united together to call to the world. One Pi price is $314,159. Only this price can guarantee Pi Network successful long term. This is my today's speech. Thank you so much for listening.